dad shit right there, man. I haven't gone out for a pack of smokes yet, so I'm still drinking Michelob's.
Oh, I do not like that.
Oh, yeah?
No, I don't like wine in general. I bought it because back when we were going to do our wine and cheese for the Game Awards.
Oh, yeah.
And I had nothing in my stomach, too, so I ate a lot of the cheese, but then I was like, I should not be drinking alcohol with the only thing in my stomach is just going to be dairy. That's just such a bad idea.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't consider that.
No. I've learned that lesson before, too. But on that note, welcome to Let's All Geek Out Vidcast number 4.
Oh, shit, we started?
Oh,
hey, what's up?
Yeah, Oh, see, I put it on my phone too. So just we can in case we get chats and stuff too. But my god,
pull that shit up.
So I'm Chris. That guy up here is Kyle, and this guy up here is Julian.
I am also Kyle.
Yes. Off to another fantastic start here too. Woo.
Par for the course.
It is. It really is. So,
yep.
But what is different though? It's a new hat, a new hoodie, and a new form of alcohol. Which,
yeah, there you go, man.
A new Wednesday.
Yeah, and I've always kind of called it bullshit when people say when they drink wine and they go oh, you can taste the hints of cinnamon or the orange peeler. It's you are fucking lying every single time I say that. I've tried different wines. I've tried super expensive ones. I've tried the cheap stuff. It's it all tastes exactly the same to me.
It's all just bad juice. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We should try sometime maybe in January where we just make a drink. To have the same drink.
That's this Sunday actually. I'm doing a cocktail stream on my channel.
Ooh, that sounds cool, man.
Yeah, so my
at 10 a.m. or what time are you doing this?
So we're gonna be doing it at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my channel,
okay.
Right here. So my chat finished a sub goal, which I was really excited for. I actually hit 70 subs, which was just
that's dope, man. That's cool, man. Congrats on that. That's awesome.
Pokey?
Yeah. And
this guy's got 70 subs.
Yeah. See, nobody cares. Dawson, we got Dawson here. So, but
I like the reference. Thank you.
So I told chat especially right now with the holidays, I'm off for the next week and a half. That if we do hit our sub goal, that I found this thing on, I think it was Imager, where it's a bunch of Witcher cocktails, and they're not by any stretch, but it is just kind of in the theme of from the shows and the games, which is basically just code for vodka, just lots and lots of vodka.
That's the go-to mixed drink, man.
It is, and so we hit it on, I think, when did we hit it? I think on Sunday. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing. It's basically gonna be vodka with either some sort of blue curacao with triple sec or some sort of green apple liqueur, and either
none of that sounds like whiskey to me.
No, one of them actually, thank God, is a whiskey-based drink, which normally I do only drink dark alcohol. I like this glass of wine, and that stream is gonna be very different for me because I don't particularly like vodka. I don't like gin, tequila either. Too, just I never cared for the taste. But
I love tequila.
Yeah, you fucking do.
That is my favorite, dude. I will drink that shit all day long.
Oh, I can't. It's just grad school just burned me out on that stuff. And even I'm trying. I bought the Rocks tequila just thinking maybe this will be better somehow. It'll just taste like success or something. And
success.
It tastes like tequila. It totally tastes like tequila.
I like Patron a lot. And then there was one that my buddy got me for his wedding gift. You know what I mean, for being in the bridal party. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what kind it was, man. A long night, but it was so good. I could just drink it smooth, no lemon, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just nice smooth taste, and the drunk wasn't heavy. I mean, Jose Cuervo and stuff like that. If you drink that, it's you feel like you're fucking. Yeah, I feel like you're wearing a fucking 50-pound vest or something. You know what I mean?
Yep. And in my case, the last time I really drank a lot of tequila, that 50-pound vest for me was just fat. That was just me being a fat guy.
Shit. I don't drink a whole heck of a lot. I had some. I like rum and pineapple juice. Mm-hmm. Or just whiskey. I haven't had hard alcohol in so long. I don't know. Something. I like. There was a period of time where I was like, let's go to the bar, and then that lasted for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And, and at 3 weeks, I feel like I drank enough. And so now I'm just kind of on this like, I don't know. I kind of like drinking tea at night. So
that's delightful.
Me. Yeah, that's me now. Or a nice refreshing balls.
So
kicking it old school.
Very old school. I remember when I was a kid working at a mall, and our local arcade / gym, because all it was DDR and Paradise and all that other exercise bullshit games. Because Street Fighter, what? If you remember, like that time period in like in the early 2000s, where all arcades, all they were was just rhythm games, which was frustrating.
Yeah, DDR.
Oh yeah, baby, shit. I was all over that shit.
I was. Yeah. I still also wanted to play like fighting games and shooting and like games with like gun cons and stuff too. But like those,
like Virtual-On, I could go down on Virtual-On for days. I want a Virtual-On cabinet. I actually want two, but like that would be like the glory find for me. I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, like I would love something like that. Like, and I respect the DDR kind of thing overall, but it became such a dominant thing in a lot of arcades. Like they just turned into gyms for nerds. That's all that it became, and it was cool, but it also to me also kind of got frustrating too. But the arcade that was in the mall that I worked at, they started selling balls by like the caseloads too, because again, you want to get hyped up so that you. And then even going to QuakeCon too. QuakeCon is one of their sponsors is balls too.
Oh yeah. I love that like balls is still sort of relevant a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to like share the Twitch right now. Yeah. Yeah, I love that balls like still is like a little bit relevant, and the most relevancy that it has is QuakeCon. And even then, I think fewer and fewer people even like know that QuakeCon exists. Yeah. So, but they're still kicking, man. I get cases from them every once in a while. Like, wife is like sponsored and stuff by them. Oh, nice. And yeah, they just send like every once in a while they send some shit over. She has like a little icon in the bottom corner of some of her streams and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, they're still around. They're still doing shit. And they're really kind of. It's like a niche thing though anymore. It used to be like the fucking thing, right? But, yeah. Now it's just like, oh yeah, I remember that because I'm 30.
Yeah, you're the only person that I know that drinks them anymore.
Yeah, dude, I still go hard.
I used to know a couple people, and now you are like the sole.
Dude, I got 2 right there. I got 2 over there. The fridge is full of them. Yeah, man, I'm freaking.
Hot damn.
Yeah. I love my balls.
You're balls to the wall, buddy.
Oh.
I'm fueled by balls. I should have wore that shirt today. That would have been hilarious. I got a t-shirt that says "Fueled by Balls" on it. Some guy stopped me in the grocery store. Goes, "Dude, nice shirt." I was like, "Oh,
are you a fellow baller?"
He just walked out. And I was just like, "Oh, don't talk to me. This is weird."
Fucking baller.
Too shy.
Girls like, "No, you stop."
Yeah. I don't get stopped or recognized all that often.
I was at the grocery store today to get like all the alcohol for that stream on Sunday, and there's a dude there who was wearing a Christmas sweater, but it was like old school like 8-bit Mario on there. And so I actually like intentionally took out my earbuds to compliment the dude. Like, dude, that's an awesome sweater. And there's that twinge part of me that kind of goes like, because I was wearing my Musterbrand Kylo Ren hoodie, which I fucking love that thing.
Oh, cool.
And was kind of hoping he'd be like, oh, that's a Musterbrand. Like, we should be best friends now too. It's like, yes, we should. Like, oh my god. Like, do you stream too? He's like, yes. Oh my god. And then, like, do you want to open?
So the next thing you know, he's here.
Yeah, like,
our special guest is Liquor Store Larry.
Yeah. Well, that's even the crazy part. It wasn't even. I didn't even go to like a liquor store. It was like the grocery store that's right by my apartment has a mini Total Wine built into it. Like, it has like a full cabinet, which is amazing. So, plus that means that I didn't have to drive to a Total Wine too and interact with other humans, which was fantastic.
There you go, man.
That's a really good point.
Yep. So, so like this Sunday though is going to be, I think 6 cocktails, with the rule being like I've done this before because prior to being called Vanispheres, I was part of a like YouTube and Twitch and podcast kind of network before too. Like I've told you guys before, but called Circle of Geekdom. And I wanted to do a YouTube video where I made those cocktails, and it just like I actually did the raw recording for it too, but my editor never got around to doing it, to actually cutting everything together. So basically, I just did it for myself, which was it was still fun. But the rule that I gave myself was I had to at least have a sip of each. Because again, like that was like I think I was making 8 drinks, and I just didn't want to die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and like I know like the first recipe I'm gonna make is the worst one because like to this day I will not forget because it has tomato juice, which I absolutely hate, and Worcestershire sauce mixed in. So it's basically I'm making a Bloody Mary, and I hate.
I was gonna say that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Bloody Marys. So that first one to me, I know is definitely gonna be a one sip. There is one of the cocktails though it's a symbol called a white honey, which is it's basically a hot toddy that's not hot. So it's gonna be cinnamon, bourbon, and honey and lemon juice. That's it.
Oof.
And it is like that is my go-to. Like usually when we record the podcast, if I'm not having beer, I made a white honey. So some of the drinks are really good. Others is just alcohol and sugar because like blue curacao is just syrup. And,
Yeah, sure.
Like
makes it look pretty though.
it does, yeah. Like so, like grenadine. One of them I actually have to top off with Coke too. So this will be the first soda I've had in like 2 years too, since I last recorded this thing. So should be interesting.
There was years ago. Oh yeah, the Drunken Moogle.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
we get shots and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I was thinking about a shot while Chris was talking about that, the Sonic the Hedgehog one. You know,
Yeah.
where it's all blue and stuff, and blue, white, and red, and yeah, God, dude, I used to go on there all the. I never made any of the drinks. I always just looked at them. I'm like, wow, that's super cool, and then I went and bought a beer.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, really short, really funny story about that. Years ago, when I was living in an apartment with a couple of buddies and stuff, we decided like, hey, let's throw a Mario party. Like, let's just invite a bunch of people over. We'll just do Mario party like all night. We'll make a bunch of drinks and stuff like that. It's like, God, we gotta have themed drinks. We never threw a party before.
Yeah.
And so this is also the same guys who used to have like full like 4 stacks of empty Little Caesars pizza boxes that were taller than me and stuff just in our living room. We didn't have a dining room table. We had a dining room full of empty pizza boxes and shit. The main reason is because the recycling bin was too far away. Anyways,
is this like a pizza version of Wizard Staff or something?
dude, we could have made a fort out of that shit. But no, so we're like, we gotta get some cocktails. Like we gotta do some mixed drinks and shit like that. So we used the Drunken Moogle. And we found a bunch of different fun like themed drinks. There's like the I forget, but there's a couple like Zelda ones that we tried. There's a couple Mario ones. So we went out to the liquor store. We got a whole bunch of shit. We came back. Everybody came over. We were like, all right, cool. We got like 10 people here. We're stoked. We made these drinks, and they were the shittiest fucking drinks they tasted so bad, and so bad to the point where like we just ran to the store and just got beer.
Yeah,
and and just drank the alcohol was straight without any of that other shit in it. Because I mean, like they look cool. They looked really cool. I'll give myself credit for like I made a really cool looking drink. Tastes like shit though. But yeah, Chris, if you haven't heard of that site, Google the Drunken Moogle.
Nice.
I like that. Google the Drunken Moogle.
It's still around.
I don't think it's been active. I have it up right now. The last post is from 2018.
Okay.
But they have they got a Beetlejuice and Lydia up there, Slayer's Blood, Jack and Sally, Witch's Brew. So they got like a bunch of stuff on there. I still haven't seen because it was years ago when I even looked at it. But
nice.
Check it out though.
Yeah. So tomorrow. So by the time this video is posted on YouTube, though, I'm also going to be I'm doing 2 cooking streams tomorrow. I'm going to get up in the morning and while I'm making coffee. I've always wanted to try this. I'm going to make bagels from scratch. Like I found a recipe online.
Oh, there you go, man.
Cool, man.
Bagels. So I'm going to be trying that, and then in the evening for dinner, like my Christmas Eve dinner is going to be the veggie soup from Ratatouille, that cream-based veggie soup.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I got all the veggies for that, and so I'm doing that, and then Sunday's going to be the drinking stream, and then also going to be doing the streamer who actually inspired me to get back into streaming sent me his recipe for rum balls. Apparently it's like a Czech version of it, so I'm going to be giving that a shot too. So I'm also going to be ordering a pizza that day too, because like that's a lot of alcohol, and even with the dessert too, that's that's going to like even when I did the stream too, or when I was recording the raw footage too, like I still remember like, okay, I'm just going to take 1 sip because I figured like 8 sips of alcohol, that's not bad. Okay, that's going to be like I had the equivalent of like maybe like 3/4 of a drink. That'll be fine. But some of those actual drinks, because it's just by that point it had been so long since I actually had like sugar, and that, like I said, like it's like a lot of those recipes is just with the blue curacao or the grenadine is just sugar. I was like, oh my god, I forgot how good sweet things are. And so a few things had 2 to 3 to 5 sips. And so by the time I got to like the last recipe, I was gone. I was so gone.
Damn.
So that's probably gonna happen again. So, and again, same thing I did because I was expecting only to have like 3/4 of a drink, so like I'll be fine. Then I can just order something to eat afterwards. It won't be a big deal. But again, some of those recipes were so good, it was like I didn't want to like waste the alcohol too. So I was like,
Damn, I'm getting a pizza this weekend. Fuck.
Yeah, there's
I
actually
haven't had one in such a long time.
there's a great pizza place right by my apartment too.
Oh, that's dope. That's cool.
So just like everything's like that. The one nice thing about where I live now too, like everything that I genuinely need is walking distance. Like I'm walking distance to my office, walking distance to the grocery store / liquor store, and like a good pizza place, like a new kebab place opened up too. That's not bad. A Chipotle, a coffee shop, all that stuff. Like,
that's dope, man.
Yeah. The only thing I really wish was like I'm not any sort of walking distance from like I would love like I'm something like you outside of like doing stuff like this and when I stream. I don't tend to drink much. Like I'll have maybe like a beer a couple times during the week, and that's about it. But I would occasionally, like once Corona is like kind of under control, I would love like a neighborhood bar I could just go to and have a quiet drink and read a book or something. And I had one when I was in San Antonio that I would go to all the time, like after work to avoid because I loved being back home in San Antonio, but traffic is fucking bullshit. And one of the things I would like to do though is like right by where I was working, there was a great bar I would go to, so I would just go there, like bust out my tablet, read a book, and like have a beer until traffic died down. And I want that here, but at least where the part of California or Santa Clara that I'm in is there's not one for miles. So
damn.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, man. Make one up.
Yep.
There you go. Start your own.
Yeah, let's buy the building now and prep it because as soon as the restrictions are lifted, people are gonna want to go out like fucking crazy. And if you're a new hot spot, dude, like that is the niche right there.
That's gonna be so dangerous though, too. Oh my god!
I've seen that episode of How I Met Your Mother. We should buy a bar.
Yeah. That's our next venture. First, it was the podcast, and then YouTube, and then we're gonna purchase a bar, and there's gonna be a chain of bars.
Yeah.
Let's all get fucked up.
Because at some point, like through vaccines and eventually, like this thing will subside for too. That's not a terrible idea, too. And I'm saying that also with art. Look how much I've already drank of this thing, fucking glass. But like, if we were to have a bar, but also as the gimmick would be, we would then stream our vidcast on Twitch at the same time for it too.
Yeah. To start esports bar. Fuck it. That shit's cool now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that's kind of an idea right there.
I'm pretty sure GameWorks is supposed to do that. But
have you guys seen that VTubers?
Fuck is that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I like the response like, yeah, fuck is that?
I didn't know what the fuck that was until I seen Voice Critical's video earlier. It's like people basically playing as avatars and like mocapping and doing interviews and stuff. So, like we were doing the podcast right now, except we were all playing as avatars. And that shit is like taking off, I guess.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit is really cool right now. There's I don't follow anyone in particular, but I've like seen it like a bunch on YouTube. And as soon as you click one thing on YouTube, YouTube's like, "You love this? Here you go. Here's more of it." And so like I've seen
continue to click our videos.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's
4, try episode 3, try episode 2
and 2, and then 1, and then when you finish 1, you remember what happened in 4, right? Let's go back.
I forgot. Yeah.
I'm waiting for that one VTuber who's like, like the hot anime chick and stuff like that for like their filter or whatever to like slip up, and it's just like some like bearded dude or something like that. Like oh no,
it's the South Park Warcraft guy.
Yes.
Just like.
I hope.
Yeah.
I mean that's cool. I mean, hey, whoever floats your boat, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
That'd be pretty cool. We should do that. You guys, that's what you guys want to do, VTube.
One day. Yep. I think before we do the VTube stuff, I probably need to get a better computer.
Yeah, probably.
For one. But in the interim, though, it'd be nice, like I was saying, to do a stream of like us trying, like we're doing now, but let's just have like the same drink or whatever, and then maybe we play like the Mario Party online, or we try out Smash or something like that, right? Just have like a game and stream.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
That would be.
Yeah.
I really want to try out that Sephiroth DLC too.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah. I haven't bought any of the fighter passes.
Yeah, me neither.
Since Smash came out, but I was like, I'll pay the $3.99 or whatever for them too.
Yeah.
Fucking Cloud versus Sephiroth, Final Destination, no items.
Right? Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, I actually would. Like, I'm off for the next week and a half. I would be down to stream that.
Dude, I will get on there because I have Smash Brothers. I play Cloud all the time.
Yeah, I have not touched Smash Brothers in fucking forever too. The one thing, and I don't know if you guys do this too. Like, I have such a hard problem with this. With like, so I have like Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, I have a physical copy right back here, but I don't have an old PS1 to play it on. But I have my PS Classic, which has that on there. I have it on Steam. I have it on Android. And like, for whatever reason, like, I don't need a Switch copy. I don't, in any way, shape, or form. Until Sunday when it went on sale, and then I bought it. Like I don't have the need to rebuy a game that it's not even like my favorite of the installments, obviously, because this one is. But I was just so compelled. Like, I want to play this on my Switch. I have no reason for that. Like, I'm actually even farther in my Steam version than I am now on my Switch version or on Android. But I just had to rebuy it. Do you guys like do that too? Like, just rebuy the same fucking game?
So I have like four or five versions of Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
And the one on the Switch is by far the farthest I had. I had it on Android for when I work nights.
Yeah.
I would be on my lunch break and just playing through a little bit. Bought it on my PlayStation 3. Then I moved it over to my PlayStation 4 when I had it. I had the original PlayStation 1.
Yep.
Got the Switch. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, if I can get on the Stadia, I probably would.
I say my copy is right there. You can't see it because it's behind the 13 figures, but yeah, it's there.
I want to interject really quick and apologize for the first 20 minutes of this. My volume was so loud. I checked the stream just to double check, and I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Oh damn!
And it might still be kind of loud.
I can do a little bit of adjustments here too. So, all right.
So while they're making those adjustments and stuff like that, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, because we're going to keep doing this every week. Plus more content going into 2021.
Hell yeah. So actually, speaking of more content, KFC already has a lot of content. They do bowls, they do like drumsticks, they do the wings, they do the breasts, they do all the sides you could ever think of. They do mac and cheese, which
they do Lifetime movies.
Yeah, mac and cheese fan.
Which, how fucking weird is that there's a Lifetime movie for Colonel Sanders?
And the goddamn trailer looks.
Yeah,
I'd fucking watch it, right? Like, it's on par with their Christmas movies.
Yeah,
like, fuck it, dude.
Weird. And apparently it's a mini film too, so only apparently like 15 minutes, but I still kind of want to watch it just to see how batshit it is. But they also, it's what started as what was intended to be a joke ended up being a real thing. KFC made a fucking computer.
Yeah. You can warm your chicken up in.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, man.
I'm pretty skeptical of that shit.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm not saying it's not real by any means, but like, anybody could buy parts or have them manufactured into such a way where they can sell a console. So I can take a fucking Raspberry Pi to my microwave. Boom.
It looks like a fucking. It looks like an air fryer.
It does. It absolutely looks like an air fryer.
Yeah. Like, how many strips can you fit in there? Like 3?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, the picture shows 2, and it looks like it was pushing it. But like, come on, man. If you're making this for people that are actually eating your food, you need more capacity in there than fucking 2 strips, man.
Yeah. Also, I mean, it's a gimmick thing too. So I can see like a lot of like streamers, maybe like the bigger dudes, like I think if you're like the Maximilian dude sort of level where they may like give it to you. Like, I can see that for the gimmick for it too, where they're gonna like probably put that in there, say like this is sponsored by KFC and do that. And I will give KFC credit for just being so weird and stupid about this too. It's like, yeah, like, because if you think about it, Wendy's has their Twitter account, and now KFC has this thing now too. Like, it's just you just go weird.
Next year, you're gonna see some fucking Call of Duty tournament where everybody's gonna be playing on KFC machines, dude.
Yeah, who knows? I'm waiting for like Arby's to release a console too that also makes curly fries.
Have they put the actual specs out on it? I've seen like the generic specs of like 4K 240 frames. Yeah. Like that's a fucking beefy air fryer, man.
A little bit, yeah. That's all I've really seen too. I want to say it's got a 3080 on there.
But can it play Cyberpunk?
Yeah, it should.
15 frames a second, baby.
Yeah,
not the Stadia, okay?
Yeah.
Now your audio's too low, man.
Yeah, which as a side thing for that too, God, like I know I really didn't want to bring it up, but it's just God damn it, Cyberpunk! Like now they're about to potentially be sued, which is the same thing that happened to like Fallout 76 too for misrepresentation too. Now that's happening to Cyberpunk as well.
Did whatever happened with the Bethesda one?
I don't
Did
know
they
what
lose?
I think they dropped it at some point, but yeah, that's the newest thing now is just yeah, like Cyberpunk could potentially now being sued for it too. Like I know like last week we talked about it got dropped off the PlayStation Store. I think Xbox is now doing is maybe doing refunds too.
Yeah.
I think even like retail stores now are I know GameStop is now calling it a defective copy of the game because that's really what it is.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah,
When GameStop's like willingly accepting returns and stuff, you know something's bad.
Yeah. But that being said, they still made a ton of money. They sold like 18 million copies or something like that. It was like the biggest biggest sale ever on Steam. But because again, if you're buying on PC, most PC gamers don't really have a whole lot of issues other than just technical glitches for it too. So it's not the end of the world for it. But it still sucks. It still sucks that it happened.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely just. I mean the whole situation is.
Yeah, it's
probably disappointing for everybody involved, even CDPR, I'm sure. So.
Oh yeah, there's a part of me that like I was just reading an article earlier to do this like the game does need a reboot, which I do think is correct because at the core there is a very good game behind it too. Like obviously I'm wearing a Cyberpunk hat right now. Like I really do enjoy the game quite a bit. It's not perfect by any stretch, but there's such moments of brilliance in there too, and such like just raw emotion that you can that I've experienced playing the game. And I've also had such moments of just flat out hilarity because of the bugs and glitches for it too. So it's such a totally inconsistent game because of that. So yeah, I still refer to it as it's not the worst game of the year, but not by a long shot. It is the most heartbreaking game of the year. And I've used that term quite a bit for it too because that's exactly what it is for me. But
yeah, I think that's totally fair. Just the most heartbreaking because I mean everything I've heard and stuff like bugs and performance and stuff aside, that there is like a really good game in there. It's just you have to have the right tools to be able to mine that shit out of there and get that gem that is Cyberpunk. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because not everybody has access to those tools and stuff right now, and so. And even I can understand the lawsuit though of like or misrepresentation or whatever
they did,
and stuff like that. But,
and, I mean, yeah, it's bad for it too, and it is true. I mean that like they did release a statement saying like that it did run surprisingly well on consoles too, and it's like that's not accurate, fuckers. That's not
surprisingly well is such a weird term too. Like it ran better than we expected. Like if that is a true statement, how bad do they think that it was actually?
I was
guess what.
I was expecting like Atari 2600 level graphics. Is like that was their bar. That was like they're right here. And it's like, oh my god, it looks like PS1 on a bad day. Oh my god, like just.
They're like, guess what? It boots up. It runs great.
Everybody gets coins. Everybody gets bonus coins.
Just fucking throw them up in the air. Everybody's just grabbing them.
Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Yeah, really. But
man, oh man.
Yeah. So we talked about.
But
oh god.
No, sorry. So I was trying to look at the specs for that PC. They haven't released them yet because they're assuming they're going to make multiple versions of it. Oh shit. But they are going to run RTX cards, so you're at least going to get 4K. Yeah. But their claims are kind of wild, right? 4K, 240 frames a second, like that's on nuts. Everything.
Yeah, that's a bit nuts for it.
That's smaller than the Xbox and PS5 though.
That's finger looking good.
It is. Oh. There's a part that helps that like when you turn it on, you just see like the Colonel's face just like pop up. Like I said, like when I turn it on my computer, I get like the ROG's label on there. If it can overwrite that, and you just see the Colonel Sanders face on there too.
That's the bio screen.
Yeah, I would love that to death.
ASCII Colonel Sanders art.
Yeah. But actually, so just kind of on just learning about a new friend here, Julian. So I know you are I was supposed to say currently vegan. That's shitty of me to say. I'm sorry. You're vegan. Have you been vegan for a long time, or has this been something over the last couple of years, or?
You mean Julian or me?
That one.
Oh, you said Julian.
Oh,
yeah, you said me.
Sorry, Kyle. I'm sorry.
He's like,
sorry.
What?
Sorry.
I was like, bro, I was just talking about eating chicken strips.
Yeah. Sorry. Kyle, you're like, have you been vegan for a while or how long?
Kind of. So I'm not. So I don't like saying I'm vegan or anything. Okay. It's just the easiest way to describe like the majority of my diet. From time to time, like I do have eggs, but that's about most of it. Like I don't really like dairy. It makes me feel like shit and stuff like that. I get pretty gassy. You don't want me eating cheese or ice cream with you guys.
Yeah.
And then I just also just like don't really care for meat or anything like that and stuff. So but yeah, no, I mean other than that, as far as like a vegan diet, it's probably been like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And then before that I was just like just straight vegetarian since I was like 20 or something. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah.
So the only reason I ask is like, because again, like I do respect KFC for like again for going weird on this for too. That being said, it is not my favorite. Like when I think of like my go-to like fried chicken place, it's absolutely not. Like for me, it's always been like I do love Popeyes fried chicken. Back in Texas, I haven't seen it since I've left Texas. Is Church's, where it's
Seen some of those.
yeah. If you have $5, it's kind of like the Taco Bell of fried chicken places. Like you only have $5 and you're starving. Like Church's is more like here's all the chicken in the world, and their biscuits are fucking phenomenal.
Better than the Popeyes biscuits?
I would say yeah, because they're so greasy and they're just like where I think where Popeyes has their Popeyes is amazing for you, but it's just like when you're just wanting like you know what I want to make a mistake from a food standpoint and I just want to have grease like unadulterated grease. It's kind of like if Popeyes is like it's almost like my Disney Warner Bros. Kind of reference where like if Popeyes is like classical music where it is just correct, like that is how you make a good buttermilk biscuit for a fast food joint. Like Church's is Warner Brothers where it's like, I don't give a fuck. This is weird because it is like when they give you the box of biscuits, it almost can just like plop through because the grease and honey will just kind of like it's so saturated. It's so bad for you, but it's so good. It's so goddamn delicious.
It's like that Simpsons episode where Bart gets the bag of the cheeseburgers, and then you can just see right through it, and he rubs it on the wall.
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's that is Church's chicken by a long shot. It's just pure grease, but it's delicious too. It's not over the top greasy, but it is a greasier fried chicken. Like, what is your favorite fried chicken? I guess is the
Raising Cane's.
Ew, really?
Yeah, I like Raising Cane's. They just opened one of those here like within the year or so. So it's pretty good. But their chicken strips are so weird. They're like overly breaded.
Yes.
But there's like the actual chicken strip is probably like that big, and then this much of it is like the breading and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. It's like it's so thin that it curls when it cooks. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would say that or I'm a big contender for Popeyes, but I don't really eat that much fried chicken, man.
I don't either. Like, there's times when I do crave it though, but that's what I was asking Kyle. Like before you, in the long ago, did you have one that you like a favorite?
So growing up, we didn't really
That's all,
we really
folks.
didn't eat a lot of fast food.
Okay.
My parents like. They made a lot of stuff. Like I was always going in between like their house or my dad or my mom's house or like that because they're split up and everything. Classic American childhood. And so, but we rarely ever ate out. The only time we'd ever really eat out is if like we were, we go to like restaurants, but as far as fast food and stuff is if I was going down to my mom's and like my mom and my dad like met like halfway or something, we'd stop by Wendy's or something to get like a Frosty and fries because that's like the go-to road snack for me.
God, yeah.
Not so much anymore because I don't eat dairy, but no, I don't know. I never really cared. I think fast food's pretty gross in general, and I don't even like to support it now. I don't even though there are like options and stuff available for people who don't eat meat and stuff, I still don't like supporting them.
Yeah.
Just because I'm just like, eh. But with that said, like, you know, I'm not like completely against institutions and that stuff and everything. I still like, you know, when they try to like put out new products and stuff, I definitely want to try and support those products and stuff, but they're just not fucking good. And I don't know. I don't eat fast food that much, so I don't have a lot of input on that. And I never really went out and got fried chicken, so kind of missed that boat, I guess, growing up.
That's fair. Like I did, like I was, like I said, for me being in much better shape now is very new to me. Like most of my life has been where I was very overweight, and like I lived off fast food from probably like I would say age 5 till about 5 years ago. When I decided like I need to, or actually at this point now, I'm 37 now. Yeah, about 4 years ago then, where I realized like I need to make a change because that was super not healthy for it too. So I've been living in California now for 7 months now, and I think I've had fast food 3 times. Twice was In-N-Out Burger because I was like, okay, let's try it in California because in Texas it fucking sucks. And
Did it disappoint?
It sucks. It's fucking terrible. I will say I appreciate the freshness of In-N-Out. Like I think the lettuce and tomato and onions are A+, but the burger itself, it's fine. It's barely
a burger.
I think it's fine. The fries, I think they should be ashamed of themselves. Like you can animal sauce that bullshit all you want. Like In-N-Out, like I know we're never gonna get sponsored by you. You are the most overrated hamburger on the fucking planet. It's awful. Because of that and I think like the shakes. I think the shakes are okay.
What was the Texas
Whataburger
rival to that? Whataburger? Is that better? Are you on the Whataburger side?
I am 1,000%
here we go.
Whataburger side.
That was a quick response. I think you know where he stands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, too, like the burgers themselves, actually, like if I take a step back and take the what little Texan of me is there is almost predominantly Whataburger and H-E-B, which is a grocery store chain in Texas. And it's fucking out of this world good. Like their grocery store, I will stand by to this day. You can put a gun to my head and ask me what the best grocery store is. I will say every time H-E-B, because it was just incredible. And they do everything correctly too. They treat their employees well. They pay them well. So even from a labor standpoint, they treat their folks properly. It's still family owned. They work with local farmers too. Like it's out of this world, and it's reasonably priced too. Love that company to death. The other part of me is Whataburger too, and yeah, they're for the price you get a huge burger. The quality that is always tends to be fairly fresh for it too. Their fries are average. They're not offensively bad like I think In-N-Out Burger is, but their spicy ketchup is insane. It is so good, and it's not over the top spicy. It just gives it just the right kick that makes it stand out. Yeah. Weren't we supposed to talk about other shit too? Like our
picks for the year. Fuck
it, everything was fine.
My pick for the year is the chicken strip I just ate 2 weeks ago. It's pretty good.
From where?
It's homemade. It was homemade. Got it. Homemade, made it here.
I thought you said Subway for a second. I was like, fuck you.
I love me a Subway chicken strip, bro. Yeah. They don't even make them. Yeah, I found it there.
Yeah. Subway would make me go vegan. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even have real bread.
Mm-mm. Did you know that?
Like it's not real bread or something. It's like it's got like so many ingredients to where it like barely passes or something like that. But it's like
in Europe, they did not pass the definition for bread.
Right. That's where it is. Okay. Yeah. Something like
it's so much sugar. It's a pastry.
Yeah, and it's like the equivalent of like couch cushions or some shit like that.
I was wondering how like when I look at the menu for the calories and stuff for the bread, I'm like, God damn, this is high. It's like 600 calories for like a foot long of like wheat. I'm like, what the fuck is supposed to be the healthier one?
Honey wheat is what it is. Yeah, it's the honey is not honey, it's honey. Yeah.
It's a straight syrup.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's bullshit.
When your bread comes from a bottle, it's not bread anymore.
You don't have bottled bread, bro?
Yeah. We got a whole pantry full of that shit.
Yeah. You just about to pop them open?
Okay. So I got a weird story here too. So this is I swear to God this is 100% true. So when the PS4 first came out, I was playing Killzone online.
It's not where I thought this was going.
Yeah. No,
fuck me either, dude.
It's gonna go somewhere. I promise. Okay. And I just got my job working at Amazon, and like I was super proud of like, oh my God, I'm working at Amazon. This is so cool. And so I was playing some online multiplayer with some folks, and I was like, so just in between matches, I was asking, all right, so it was like the same. We got a good team of folks, so we kept kind of playing matches over and over again. So I started asking folks like, oh yeah, so where do where's everybody work? Because I said that being an asshole because I want to say I work at Amazon and I work in their HR department. I was like, I'm so cool, somebody had actually mentioned that they worked at Arby's. So I said like, okay, I need to ask you, what is the meat actually? And I swear to God, this is exactly what he says. Like like, have you ever had like liquid eggs, like those freeze-dried eggs where you just add water to it and then pour it? They pour it on a hot pan and it solidifies. Like, yeah, it's like that's the meat. It's like, what?
The fuck, bro?
And I was all like, yeah, it comes in jugs. We pour it across a hot pan. It solidifies. We then cut it and then serve it. That is the meat. It is liquefied meat. I was like,
okay, let's
nuggets come from?
Shelve, the fucking pink sauce. We'll just shelve the game and the year of all that shit we were going to talk about. Let's go down the conspiracy theory fucking rabbit hole here. That's like Chuck E. Cheese recycled pizza fucking level.
Right. The problem though with that is I believed it 1,000%. Because again, like you taste Arby's roast beef and you're like, yeah, that sounds, because to me it's the equivalency of liquid egg. I was like, okay, it's freeze-dried powder you mix with some water and then you pour it over a hot pan, solidify it. Okay, like that makes sense. And I went to parties and told people about that. I told everybody for years. So cut to a few years later, I transferred back home to San Antonio because I was in Virginia at the time. I go to San Antonio, and I was doing a promotion interview with somebody. So like when you work at Amazon, you start and you start off working the floor, like packing stuff, picking stuff, working the ship dock, whatever. And you want to get promoted, you have to interview with me. And apparently, side note, I found out after the fact that I was the scariest interviewer on the planet. Like everyone was terrified of me. I was like, really? I was like, but it turns out, like, because again, like, because of my background and all that stuff, and I've done this for a long time, I keep a very stoic face whenever I interview people because I don't want to give them the impression of, like, even if they give me the best answer on the planet, I keep a stoic face because I don't want to give them the impression that they're doing well to the thing where they give them false hope if somebody maybe is better. So I've kind of perfected the stoic face, like the resting bitch face for an HR
You don't know if you're doing well or terrible, so just feel the pure anxiety the entire time.
Right.
I would hate interviewing with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was interviewing.
I prefer the guy that's like, when you give him the right answer.
Because again, like I think everyone's been in a job interview before too, and you get this great rapport with the interviewer, like, oh my god, I fucking nailed this, I'm getting this job, and then you don't get it, and you're like, but he and I were like best friends, we're like Facebook buddies now. You're like, yeah, but you didn't get the job though, because somebody else was better. So I never ever want to give somebody that impression for it. So I keep a very stoic persona whenever
your approach is way worse. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah. As somebody who's been on a bunch of like tech interviews and shit, your approach is way worse.
Yeah.
It is so okay. Carry
but yeah, like again, I like the intention is never give anybody false hope for it too. Yeah. But that being said though, so anyway, that's a side thing. But so I'm doing a promotion interview for this one guy who's working on the floor in the ship dock, and he wants to get promoted into a supervisor role. And I look at his resume, and he worked at Arby's, and I told him like, okay, before we get into the interview, I always ask this, and this is true. This is true. Your response will have no impact whatsoever for whether or not you get the job or not. This is just me as a person, not as the HR guy, but as the person asking you this question. You worked at Arby's here, according to your resume. He's like, yeah. So from what I've heard is that the beef comes in bottles, and it's like liquid, and you pour it over a hot pan and then slice it up, and that is how it's served. Is that true? And the guy like straight up just went from being like very personal, like, no, fucking what? I swear to God, he went like, fucking what? No, dude, it's just bland. It's just like it's actual roast beef. We just put it in an oven with some seasonings, throwing it in the oven. That's it. It's just bland food, man. What did you think it was in a bottle? It's like, no.
All these years of spreading these lies,
like literal years of telling people it was coming in bottles, and then it took one dude in the ship going like, "Fucking no, dude." I was like, "Okay."
Did you contact Trace?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I might have told you 6 months ago that Arby's was in a bottle, but it's not.
I did tell all my friends back like, "Hey, do you remember when I told that story?" Like, turns out it was bullshit. And they're like, "What?" It's a story that you don't remember, but it's just. Or if you told it to people, they don't
fact check this on Reddit or something like that.
I don't go on Reddit. It was just something like I was on PlayStation. Like a guy on PlayStation told me, like, that's the truth, man. Somebody from Arby's, somebody from the inside told me, and I just like without research, 1,000% believed it.
The guy that just doesn't want to talk about his personal life, he just wants to play fucking Killzone. You're like, hey, you work at Arby's? What's the meat? And he said, I don't know, man. It's out of a fucking bottle. Let's just play the game.
Yep. I was like, I believe you. I will take that with me forever.
God damn, I can just see that. Like,
the controller, like,
I can just see that in the back of the Arby's, dude. Like the guy sitting there and oh shit, we're low on beef. He's like, I got you. Hold on. It's gonna take a second. We gotta let the yeast rise.
Right. Like let me say, like I 1000% respect vegetarian vegan lifestyles. 100%. Like I understand it. I appreciate it. I respect it for it too.
who cares, man?
Yeah.
Most of those guys are assholes.
Yeah. But I do get like, even from a like even if it's from a dietary standpoint, understand it. From a animal rights, absolutely understand it too, because I do understand like a lot of these items are treated extraordinarily poorly for it too. So like I have like Kyle just on a personal level, and like the alcohol's kicking in too. Like I respect the hell out of you for doing that, dude. Like so, cheers to that.
Oh shit, here we go.
Oh yeah,
Sound a lot like my dad now.
Yeah,
I respect you until I have 2 more of these, and then we're gonna fight.
No, oh my God.
I might have been too hard on you.
It's like I kill off this bottle of wine, going like, "Have you tried bacon lately?" No, no. I also do. I think that's like honestly, I completely understand. I respect the hell out of that for it too. I really do.
What sucks is that Chris also controls the stream, so we can't just cut it if he got too sideways.
I'm in charge. I'm the decider.
Fuck it, we're gonna play some fucking Mario Kart. Let's
right
do it.
now. Yep. I don't know how to change that knobs. I don't know.
I respect anybody's lifestyle choice. If you're on some fucking crazy diet, low carb, fucking high carb, fucking test tube roast beef, whatever the fuck you're doing, like if that's what you're.
Yeah,
that's what you like. That's what you like, man.
Yep, absolutely.
I guess I should wait in here and say like, I don't give a fuck what people do.
I've tried it all.
Be
man.
happy.
Like,
I don't care.
I haven't tried the test tube roast beef, but I've tried
have
it all.
Have you been to Arby's?
You know what I mean?
Yes, you have.
I've always thought Arby's beef tasted kind of funny, but I always thought it was the au jus sauce. I never thought that maybe it was an expired fucking bottle.
I don't know that. Like,
okay, for all we know, that dude lied to Chris.
He did. He 100% lied.
Which one? The one in the interview?
The one in the interview.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Dude.
We can go to a third source now to verify, and you don't say anything. You just be like, "How is the meat made?" Yeah. And if he goes like, first, you know it comes in a fucking bottle.
Yeah. It could be that. Maybe, like, I don't know who's wrong now for it, too. But, like, again, like, just the guy's reaction, like, again, like, I've gotten pretty good at being able
going to Twitter with this.
Be able to tell when somebody's lying or not, just from a career standpoint. Like, again, part of my job is interviewing people for investigations, and I've gotten pretty, like, my lie detector has gotten pretty good. And so I know, like, when somebody gives a natural reaction, and when that dude gave the natural when I asked the question, his reaction was immediate, so he doesn't have time to internally process it. Like, he was like, because I asked the question, like, so, like Kyle, if I asked you to be like, are you vegan? Yes or no? Your response is in 3, 2, 1, answer now. Yeah. See, that's a natural response. Like, that was his response. When I asked the question, like, does it come in a bottle? His response was immediate.
I planned that response when you started asking the question. This is gonna be like, I don't know.
I know, but his response was immediate. When I said, like, does it come in a bottle? He's like, fuck it, no. What? Like, it was so quick that it was like, okay, he's not lying.
Or he's just so indoctrinated into the Arby's culture that he's just like, Arby's for life. You know, and they like can't give away this. He just bites down on like a cyanide capsule and kills himself.
Hey, yeah, I'm thinking like Captain America, like hail Arby's.
Oh man, look at that guy in that fucking Mandalorian episode. You'll never get the Arby's recipe.
I was so surprised at that. Like, why is everything in Star Wars got to be like so high tech, but like also low tech at the same time? You know what I mean? Right. But everything is like he picked out like what? Is there no poison in your guys' galaxy? Like it has to be like a fucking like electro like something.
It's gonna shock the shit out of you.
Yeah. That sounds awful.
It does.
Hey, whatever. Okay, it worked.
Yep. Oh
man.
So
anyways, fucking video games
of the year.
Yeah. So 15 minutes into this, we have not even remotely talked about our main topic today, which is our best of 2020 list. Because again, even from a news standpoint, there's not been much other than just more cyberpunk news. Which I'm done. At this point, like in terms of the bad news, I don't think it can get any worse for them at this point now.
I'm gonna step out for a second.
Even if it does get worse, I'm just kind of like,
yeah, okay. It's the new fallout of the year.
What do you want me to do about it? You should be mad about this. I kind of was at first. Now I just don't care. I just hope they pay their employees. You know?
Yeah, which it sounds like they did. So mazel tov.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so.
But
I mean, I know a lot of people worked really hard on that and stuff like that, and so it's. I mean, And I think that's something that people like the initial gut reaction was to like, fuck GDPR and stuff. And I was even on that bandwagon and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can't believe they did this shit. But then it's like you sit down and think about it a little bit, kind of extrapolate and be like, there's a lot of moving parts to that. As a whole, the entire company failed. Like
They did.
developers, management, executives, all together. You succeed as a company and you fail as a company. Even though it doesn't take away from the credit, that where credit is due for the developers that did a great job. But at the same time,
yeah,
so.
It is so. And while Jillian's out, before we go to our main topic for too, again, I think this is a plug for too. Like Kyle, you and I are obviously, if you would listen to our podcast, we're both Star Wars fans for too. So obviously this is being posted on YouTube. Yeah. But we are going to be also working on, as Jillian mentioned before. Yeah. As mentioned, we do want to expand the YouTube more than just these vidcasts for too. We do also want to do more concentrated shows for too. One of them, which is going to be Kyle and I, since we're both Star Wars fans, is doing a Star Wars show as well too, where we can talk about the films themselves, the books, because great timing for starting this too, because the High Republic is about to start. I think the first book comes out on January 5th. I already pre-ordered my copy for it too. I'm really excited to read that book, which for me is a huge deal.
Exhausting Star Wars resources to talk about.
Yeah, so
there's no end to it.
Yeah, so do make sure you check out the YouTube channel as we start posting Star Wars content. I know we'll be doing some stuff. Like I personally want to do some Final Fantasy stuff for it too. I know there's some talk about some manga stuff as well too. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of content for our YouTube page as well too. So please check that stuff out too.
If you've made it this far in the video, just kind of a short little description of our channel and stuff too. Is we're just kind of we've always wanted to do something kind of fun. We kind of got together with over the internet. Across all the weird times and stuff that are going on right now. And so it's like, hey, you guys want to do, I got brought into these guys' podcast and stuff. And then, a couple episodes in, we're like, hey, you guys want to do a YouTube channel? Like, yeah, that'd be cool. And so now it's just kind of like, let's just make fun content that we think would be really fun to do and stuff. And even nobody watches it, we're, going to have a blast putting it together, learning how to do this thing. So
absolutely.
Yeah. If you're watching this far, just hang on a little longer and be some more content coming out.
Yep. And so I also, as a side note for too, I can see on even on our Twitch chat right now, we do have more than just the three of us watching right now. So whoever you are, please make sure you follow. We're recording this on OBS. I don't know how to put alerts on OBS when people follow or subscribe or anything like that. So thank you so much, whoever's hanging out too. So
yes,
we'll get there. We'll learn.
I heard you guys while I was out of the room for a minute. So yes, 2021 plan. Yeah, I heard the mute part was. Don't let them know.
We're signing to each other about how stupid you are.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for 2021 is to grow the YouTube channel. Of course, the podcast kind of stays the core of it. This vidcast will stay the core as well. But, we geek out on more than just one topic. You know what I mean? Just behind me alone is anime, gaming, comics, TV shows, right? Like it's the whole culture of this channel and everything like that is geeking out over anything. So, like Chris said, they're going to do the Star Wars stuff. We'll definitely do some more gaming stuff. This vidcast is going to go on. Me and Kyle can do this manga cast. I got some other stuff kind of in the works, but we'll put that all out as we go.
Yep. So with that though, let's actually kind of finally dive into the actual topic. So again, like
timestamp here.
Yeah. So from a video game news standpoint, there's really not much going on because again, it's the holidays for it too. So again, we'll post this on Christmas Eve. But yeah, like what better time than right now? Like I think from gaming standpoint, all the major releases come out from a film standpoint. I think the last two major film releases can be Soul on Disney Plus, which comes out on Christmas Day, and Wonder Woman 1984.
Also Christmas Day.
Yeah, also on Christmas Day.
Max, that shit is looking juicy.
Yep. So and at least from reviews that I've seen so far for you is that they're both fine. That they're good, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily defining fortune. So I think it's safe to start saying what our best 2020 is. I think so. Let's start with a simple one for you. So like TV shows, so we can go around the room for it too. We'll start with Kyle since you're right above me directly, like at least in terms of the Discord. What is your TV show of the year?
So my favorite series of the year. I wanted to pick something different because we had kind of talked about this before and before the podcast and everything, and I thought it would behoove us to have slightly different opinions. Yeah, oh yeah,
fancy. Someone took
$6 word. App English. I never took App English.
Me fail English? That impossible.
Yes. I'm gonna lean over here now too. Hello, new favorite.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, it's a new favorite. I was a favorite once.
Yeah.
All right, let me get to my series.
You like Star Wars?
Anyways, and so I chose Cobra Kai.
Nice.
I know it came out like on YouTube before and stuff, but I think I don't know when it came out on Netflix. But I just watched it this year, so as far as I'm concerned, it's new to me this year, and so it came out this year. It didn't exist until I saw it.
You did subscribe to YouTube Plus? What with all their great content?
I have that. I've never watched any of their red content. I don't care. I got it mainly so I could turn my phone off while I'm driving and still listen to fucking video.
Yes, dude.
1000% why I had it.
Yep, exactly.
That's why I still have it. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so Cobra Kai is just fucking awesome. I love
good.
How it picked up, like years down after, the original movie and stuff. I love what they've done with the characters. They've made them so interesting. Like Johnny is fucking just the coolest guy. But I also love that he's just like he's so backwards and stuck in his like ways and stuff to where he's just like this giant friction with like what's going on with like modern culture, especially with like kids and stuff. He doesn't get them. Like, why are y'all so soft and stuff, but I actually love that, right? Because it's like it I don't know, it brings a much like it brings a kind of a deep meaning to that character and stuff like that. Some depth anyways, rather, I mean. But yeah, no, the show's just fucking awesome. Every time I watch it, it makes me want to watch the first Ninja Turtles movie because Cobra Kai is like the Foot Clan versus like, Danny's, like Turtles.
Ninja Turtles, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's got that vibe, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're going for, but kudos to the writers for making it feel like Ninja Turtles. I love Ninja Turtles.
I think because there's such complexity to it. Because even the villain, the thing I've loved about Cobra Kai so far, there is no antagonist. There is no real villain. I mean, you can make the argument for in season 2 for the guy from the film Sweep the Leg Johnny. What's the guy's name?
Cris.
Cris. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for him too, where but I also I'll make the argument for you. Like I think if there is an antagonist for the series so far, it is him, but he's also broken too.
Oh yeah, especially when they like kind of like went into his kind of like his living arrangement and stuff like that. He's trying to put on like this tough guy face and stuff, and making all these claims about all the shit that he's done and everything, and it's just like it's this guy who's still trying to cling on to life, and the only life that he knows is like running a dojo and being a piece of shit. Yeah, but I like that, and I think it's cool. I mean, because it makes him like a clear bad guy, but he's not like he's not like Shredder, right?
Right.
He's
just like a big evil.
As far as the movies go, I'm not going to get into comics because I can go all day into that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so yeah, no, I love it. But season 3 is coming out in January.
Yep.
And I am so stoked. My other runner-up besides Mandalorian is the new Transformers series on Netflix.
Oh, is that good?
It is pretty good. It's if you like Transformers, I think you'll really like it. If not, it might miss you a little bit. It's not bad, but for me, being a huge Transformers fanboy and collecting action figures and stuff like that, and the comics, my God, IDW has done such amazing runs on Transformers.
IDW is super underrated as a comic company in general too, I think.
IDW is fantastic. I love them.
So
most of the stuff they put out is so good and
complex.
If you want a really complex like story, pick up the collections of the IDW Transformers series. You can get them on like Comixology. I dabble in digital comics now just because it's really it takes up a lot of space to get physical issues and stuff anymore. I still collect volumes though. I still collect collections and stuff. I prefer that. I got my shelf. Yeah, I got my shelf of stuff too.
I got my boxes right there.
Yeah, mine are in the fucking closet, I think so. Anyways, but yeah, and so the Transformers is my runner-up just because it was fun. Yeah, and I have a couple of like pretty hardcore Transformers friends that also really liked it, and so it made it fun to kind of geek out about it. But yeah, if you're interested in animation Transformers, check it out. Season 2 comes out in 7 days.
Nice, that's fantastic.
30th. Yep.
So I'll tell I should binge that then. Julian, what about you?
It's really short, like 6 episodes.
So
cool.
So there is an antagonist in Cobra Kai. It is miscommunication.
God, oh my God, that's so true.
Okay,
That is.
and say it is ego.
It
Ego
is,
is the biggest villain there
It is.
because it
Ego-
causes the miscommunication, which is like
But-
it wields it like a fucking samurai sword.
Yeah, because
It's
you're right.
It's wrong place, wrong time, 24/7, man.
Yeah, if
Oh, yeah,
everybody
and never
just got
talk-
together and had a beer, or if they're the kids a hot cocoa, and just talked it through, all of their problems would be solved.
Well, see, and they did that in when
They did.
Johnny
But season
and-
1, yeah.
Yeah, when they had their
Yeah.
beers together. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they went like they're all pissed off about it, but they had beers and they were getting along, and then it just took one thing and it just blew everything all up again.
Yep.
Yeah, so but no, you're right, man. Miscommunication is
That's true. Yeah.
biggest bitch.
And ego.
Every time something comes up, I'm like, just talk. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Stop reacting.
It's definitely ego and pride too. Yeah,
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's about Johnny's character and stuff like that. And
The episode of Cobra Kai that still sticks with me is when you get to like basically watch the Karate Kid from Johnny's perspective, and you're like, oh my god, like I get
it's
it.
so different.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're right. And
Changes
again,
the character.
for two, like at the end of the day, the crane kick was an illegal move. It was.
It has the same effect as Rogue One did on the original Star Wars movies, because Rogue One completely changed the way I watch Episode 4 and stuff. Because Episode 4 picks off like 5 minutes right after Rogue One ends and stuff. But when you watch Rogue One and you see all that shit that led up to getting like the Death Star plans and stuff, and then you go in to watch A New Hope, you're like, this is a game changer. And that's how I feel about Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
The little flashbacks have completely changed the way the original movie looks to me. And I haven't rewatched the original in such a long time, but when I do, I'm just be like, oh, yep, that motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
how did they sneak this Easter egg in?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. God damn, I
Editing's
love
great.
Rogue One so much. I love Rogue One.
Yeah. Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Carry on.
It'll be on my turn. So, Julian. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I just wanted to say that is the antagonist of Cobra Kai.
Don't bring up Cobra Kai anymore because we'll keep talking
Okay.
about it. We
Yeah, I love
it.
Cobra Kai so much.
So for me, it would be season 2 of The Boys. Like that
Nice.
was just phenomenal, man. Like that storyline, they had just enough episodes where it never really felt like filler, right? But it still had the same. It's still about the same attitude and over the top violence and shit that season 1 had, and then fleshed out a lot of the storylines to where I'm super interested to see where they go next. And from what my understanding, they've diverged a little bit from the comics, right? Like, you know, I think the Boys and stuff like that were CIA team before the comics even started, whereas in this one, kind of at the end of the season, they start that path.
It's hinted at it. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything has like real minuscule changes, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. And just the whole arc of season 2 with Stormfront and everything like that is phenomenal, man.
It was
Like
so
it's just
good. Yeah. Stormfront was amazing too. Like, and if you've never seen it before, You're the Worst on FX. It's on Hulu now too. Fantastic series too. So funny, so good.
yeah.
But yeah, the Stormfront was on that show too, and she was absolutely like, again, that show is just out of this world, amazing. Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where they go with God dang it, man, I can't even think of his name.
Hugh
or
Bill
no,
Butcher.
No.
Mother's Milk.
no,
Homelander?
not Mother's Milk. Yes, Homelander. Yes,
Yeah.
I kept thinking Homefront. I was thinking of that fucking PlayStation game. Yeah, Homelander. I can't wait to see where they go from him, because you could tell like at the end of the second season, like he's just fucking snapped. Like
They did an
he's
article about
done,
this
man.
too. So his last scene. So for those who've never seen it before too, like it's not a spoiler by any stretch by this point, but it ends with him basically masturbating on top of a building, just saying that, you know, this is all mine. This is like I'm king of the world kind of thing. That does lead us, like, from what I've heard from season 3. Season 3 is Homelander goes full homicidal maniac. Like season 3 is when Homelander breaks. And I'm really excited to see that. But yeah, I loved The Boys.
Yeah, me too. His actor is so good at like portraying that like built up anger and just frustration inside. You can just see it in some of those scenes. Like when he doesn't get his way, you can see him snapping internally. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of listening, but I haven't watched season 2 yet, so I'm just like, I'll just pick up my phone and
Yeah, it's amazing.
You didn't
It's
miss
so
much there.
good.
We didn't really spoil anything. We said home or Stormfront, which is in
Something about
the trailers,
masturbating.
and masturbation, bro. That's about the
Yep. Which I honestly think that's the first time on camera I've said the word masturbating, and now this reference for it too. So
Cool. We said it like 3 times now.
look at me now. Look at me evolving as a content creator. Look at that.
Who can
So
say
anyways,
it loud?
So that's my pick of the year. I thought it was phenomenal when it came out. It was great. I watched it every Friday as soon as it came out. So
good.
what about you? What about you, Chris?
So actually, real quick, do you have a runner-up too?
No, I mean technically the Mandalorian, but realistically, those two are like hand in hand, man. But I just like the gritty boy
Speaking
stuff.
of Mandalorian, Chris, what's your favorite
It
series?
is 1000% the Mandalorian, hands down.
Yes.
I do. So we'll do I do have two kind of quick runner-ups. Castlevania season 3 was insanely good. I love that series. I forgot it came out at the start of the year for it too. I cannot stress enough how good that show is and how it needs to be how much I respect Adi Shankar for creating that series, for how complex the characters are for it too, how great the action is, how it's just. If you say it like there's not a single episode that's filler, it's designed to build the characters and to give time to let these characters evolve. And he basically had an entire season kind of where nothing important happened. Like it was just a season for characters to just be established and to grow and to become more complete characters. And I loved it so much. And it was so fantastic. Like I loved it too. So it is such a credit to him. I'm such a huge fan of the guy in general. He's the guy, the developer for it, who's working on a Devil May Cry series too. Like I'm such a fan because he's a little eccentric, a little weird. Like I remember a IGN interview he did with Jackie Ching early part of this year when he announced the Devil May Cry series, and he's calling it like the Broken Universe or something like that, or the he wants to create a cinematic or TV universe for it too.
With the Devil May Cry stuff, right?
Yeah, because he wants to do Devil May Cry too, and he wants to kind of have it all kind of connect because it's all through Capcom. I respect the hell out of that dude. I think it's so like he built such a great universe for it too. Like season 1 was fine. It was 4 episodes, so it was kind of short. 2 was amazing. 3 was unbelievably good. My second kind of runner up is What We Do in the Shadows season 2. I loved What We Do in the Shadows season 1. I love the film. The season 1 was out of this world amazing too. Season 2 was so good. Mark Hamill was in it too as a vampire. It introduces to the side character of Jackie Daytona, which is great too. The acting, the comedy, the everything, the lore building. I cannot stress enough. If you have Hulu, it's on. Season 1 and 2 are on there. You are doing yourself a disservice right now if you're not watching that show. It is so unbelievably good, and that's not the wine talking. Even though I've killed a bottle of it so far, it's amazing.
You did the whole bottle already?
Oh yeah! Did you just see where I drank the last of this? This bottle is. Yeah, this bottle is empty, dude.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
I'm on my third of these drinks, so yeah. I'm not far behind you.
This is not the alcohol talking for you. It's amazing. It is absolutely wonderful. You need to watch What We Do in the Shadows. It is so good. Season 2 was fantastic too. They expanded on the like I said, kind of like a almost what I thought was what should have been a big episode. Kind of felt like a throwaway afterwards. They turned that into a major crux of season 2, which I give credit to the writers for too. But out of this world funny, so good. My number 1 is The Mandalorian, though. To your point, yeah, I loved it. Loved every episode of it.
Yep.
I feel like it's coming to its own. The season finale was for me such a game changer because again, like I've talked about this before too, like on podcasts, on Twitch and stuff too. Which again, link is right there. Like I do tend to cry at stuff. Like I do. I got emotional during episode 7 when I first saw it because I loved it. That show. Like my feelings for episode 7 has warmed up has cooled off quite a bit for it too.
I did the exact same thing when I saw it. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually kind of emotional. You know?
Yeah. But then Rogue One absolutely blew me away. Solo, again, I enjoyed Solo, but I have my thoughts on it. We talked about it before. Make sure you check out on Julian's page. Like we do have the links for all of our other stuff for it too. Until he starts streaming. Thank you. Raise your hand a little bit higher. Raise your hand a little bit higher. Other side. Other hand. Hand. Lower. What part of lower are you not getting? Lower. There. Stop.
Which one?
Okay. Higher.
What do you want?
Yeah. Stop. There. There you go. Perfect. All right. Drunk me is weird.
I'm gonna have to have like a fucking.
Why is a different kind of drunk? I'm curious to see where this goes. You're looking a little flush.
Shit's gonna getting really weird here.
Let's circle back to the. Let's circle back to the roast beef.
Yeah. It makes sense, and that being said, I still ate at Arby's after hearing that. No, sorry. I didn't care.
Mandalorian.
Must have been a
Mandalorian,
fresh tube.
But I loved every
out
episode after that for too. Like, but starting from the episode, like from the Jedi going forward, it just became so game-breakingly good.
Yeah.
The Rosario Dawson, who I've always had a crush on, I'm so in love with Rosario Dawson. Her playing Ahsoka Tano was just so amazing, and she was so good at it.
Yeah, no, I thought she like did that character really well. I'm like,
Yeah.
I had heard rumors of her, like I know like fans had wanted her to be like,
because casting's perfect for her.
Yeah, and that role, she was so cool. I mean, like, I wish we could have got more, right? Just because I liked her portrayal of that character so much and stuff. But like the little bit that we got, it's like, man, like she's really good at this role. And there's like the spinoff series happening, right?
She's getting her own spinoff, yeah.
And so I'm 100% on board.
So
she did great in that.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson. If you watch this, I'm such a huge fan of you, and I have a crush on you.
There's a chance.
Yeah,
there is a chance.
Look at the Atomic Lari stuff.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter for that reference. Follow us on Twitter for that reference.
I'm not pointing anywhere anymore. Last time I pointed, I got yelled at.
Yeah, because do it right. Yeah. Lower. God damn it, lower.
I will say my favorite like cameo in like as far as like kind of high profile actors was Michael Biehn in that same episode. Yeah, I thought that was. I was like, is that Kyle Reese?
Yeah, it totally. Yeah, like it was so. Yeah, but finding out like who Grogu is, the mask reveals. Bill Burr, I think, is super. Who I've. Yeah, like I
love that they brought his character back.
Was so good. Yeah, like it was such a. There is a formula to it. I think we talked about it before in the podcast, or maybe like last week's vidcast before too. I don't remember for some reason. I don't know why. Like the approach of like Bill Burr's performance was so good, and it brought up the idea of like ethics and morality and what you're willing to sacrifice for the right thing for too, and where it does also kind of have like a little bit of a religious kind of approach to it too, which I think Star Wars has always done a really good job of balancing like religion and faith with Jedi stuff with reality, or what you're willing to kind of compromise for too. And that was such a great episode of Bill Burr's like kind of like making you kind of question like when the chips come down and when your life is on the line or when your objective is critical to something, what are you willing to sacrifice? And to see Mando take his mask off in that one episode was so powerful. And then because again, by the time this comes out, like if you haven't watched Mando yet, like it's shame on you. It's so powerful when he takes off his mask, and again the revelation for Luke Skywalker too, and all of that was so unbelievably good, and it opens up so much more potential for season 3. And then again too, like I give Disney a lot of credit for when they made the announcements for all the other trailers for it too. They kept out the Book of Boba Fett for The Mandalorian. That was brilliant. That was
which I believe has been confirmed as its own separate series now, right?
It's
not going to be the extension of Mandalorian and stuff.
It's not. So
it's its own season running alongside of it.
Yeah, because I think we talked about it last week in the podcast too, where like maybe we just talked about it before, where Mandalorian season 3 we're thinking maybe that is the focus now, which would kind of would make sense because again from the story standpoint, but Boba Fett is getting his own storyline, which fucking. It needed it too, because again, if you think about Boba Fett in general, we're gonna get into Star Wars stuff. So Julian, like watch something on YouTube.
I'm pretty lost, bro.
We'll try not to get
Julian
too deep into it. We got a lot of other stuff to.
We still got a lot of other stuff to go. We're already like over an hour.
Oh, we are. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. But yeah,
shit! It's that Star Wars episode again.
It is. Yeah, this will become a Star Wars episode. But the fact that they actually like are giving it its own spinoff, and then they are giving Din his time to see what happens now after the effects of the season finale for 2, phenomenal. And again, the only reason like I loved Castlevania season 3, I loved that show. I loved What We Do in the Shadows season 2. The only reason why Mandalorian gets the top spot for me is because it did hit me at that emotional core level. Like I sloppy cried during that season finale, like multiple times. Loved it. That the season finale is the game changer for me, where it becomes my game of the year or my TV show of the year. Sorry.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
No, it's fair, dude. I mean, that last episode was, I mean, it hit me in such an emotional way. The moment, like when I first when they first mentioned, oh, an X-wing, I'm like, ah, cool, look, the Republic's coming. They're like, just one X-wing. I'm like, more will show up in a minute. They're just trying to tease us. But then when it docked, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Hold on. And I started getting kind of like a little tingly feeling and shit. And then then realizing that it was Luke and stuff, it's like, oh my God. I started getting pretty emotional there. And then the whole scene. And then I broke when Luke's trying to get Grogu to come with him. Yeah. And Mando's like, oh, he doesn't want to go with you. And then Luke says, like, he wants your permission. I'm like, fuck, man. Bam! Like, oh yeah, I get a little tear thinking about it.
I cried so hard.
That episode like hit me in like a real emotional way. And then also just and I think one of the reasons why it hit so hard and stuff too, not just being like, kind of being able to geek out and have like this fanboy moment.
Oh, let's all geek out.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. But like what I think worked so well in this season 2 specifically is how they were able to really kind of get into showing like a bit more of life in that galaxy outside of the Force and outside of like, Rebels and Empire and everything like that. They got to show like they went to a couple different planets. They showed all, a bit more of like the different civilizations and different societies and these different worlds and stuff like that. But also like getting into like kind of an emotional like aspect of like with Bill Burr's character, seeing a bit more like, oh, he's not just one dimensional. He's not just like I shoot people, ha ha ha, and I'm a bad guy. Like he was, he was part of the Empire, and then he has like this disdain for him because of a particular thing that happened. It changed his whole. You're like, oh shit, he's a much more complex character. And same thing with Din too, like being called out for being part of like like the kind of the zealot, group
the
of Mandalorians. Yeah, exactly and shit. And then but like and him be like, oh no, this is the way. And then at the very end, he's like, I don't care, and I think like that moment probably wouldn't have been as, like as heavy or as impactful if they didn't like spend the first part of the season and stuff kind of exploring, his like willingness or his like stubbornness and stuff like that. Yeah. Of being, this is the way and shit, but then like, slowly kind of like, nope, I like, yeah, no, I'm not articulating it very well, but they did such a great job of just kind of showing that like that human side of him.
Right.
And I think that was good.
They showed like I think somebody posted on Twitter once too, where they did like a scene by scene breakdown from the episode with Bill Burr when he takes off his helmet, and even the way Pedro Pascal, who again needs to be a bigger star after this his performance, where the way even he emoted too, where like and the way he moved as if he was always wearing armor. So even when you see him like moving around, he moves as if he's somebody who's always wearing a helmet nonstop.
You saw him rely on the armor too when he's fighting those guys on the top of the transport, and he uses like the wrist guards and stuff, but they breaks right through it and like fucks him up. He's like, shit. He's used to
he's used to his old armor. So again, such brilliant like little notes of that too. But I can go on. Writing. And again, we'll save that for my episode of our first Star Wars episode, something like that for too. But 100% Mandalorian. Let's move on into movies. Kyle, what is your movie of the year?
Hubie Halloween.
Fuck you!
Hit me by surprise. I'm gonna be totally honest. I didn't watch a lot of movies this year. I didn't really see anything that blew me away by anything.
No, like, I'm kidding.
Well, it's just like it's really hard for me to even think of movies that came out in 2020.
Right?
Like there was so much other shit that was going on. So many movies were supposed to come out, they got pushed back or didn't come out. I still haven't seen Black Widow. Where the hell's that at? That type
Disney
of shit.
Plus.
And so, that's probably what's going to happen with it. But as far as I don't really have a favorite movie or anything of like 2020, but I will say that I enjoyed the shit out of Hubie Halloween.
That's fair.
And also because like the fact that I can kind of troll with it a little bit makes me like that movie so much more. I'm gonna send on Hubie Halloween. My runner up is also Hubie Halloween. So Julian, what about you, man?
Yeah.
I said, just to circle back around, as a non-Star Wars fan, I dig Mandalorian. Like it's good.
Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think it's successful for everybody.
I didn't get as emotional as you guys in the season finale. It's just kind of like, oh hey, this is fucking awesome.
You didn't get emotional when you
never good.
Fucking flip everything.
Yeah.
As a non-Star Wars fan, I dig it.
It was so
for a movie standpoint, I would say Palm Springs. I don't know if you guys have seen that on Hulu.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Actually, yeah.
I haven't. No.
Yeah, it's got Andy Samberg and.
Oh, I did watch that. That is a really fun movie.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what the girl's name is, so I apologize
The
if
mother
she ever
from How I
caught
Met
this.
Your Mother.
The giant eyes.
Yes, but it was a good take on what it was. You know what I mean? Like it was very Groundhog's Day ish with the, But I'm not gonna get into spoilers because you're gonna watch it tomorrow, so maybe we can talk about it at a later point. But it's a very good movie. It blew me away much better than I thought. But like what you're saying, I didn't really watch many movies this year.
Right.
Like I feel like it was a good year of like television shows, right? But like TV movies, because everything got delayed, or like when they did come out, it just didn't feel great, right? Like it was definitely a year of television shows for sure.
Right.
But yeah, just keep
Year
it
of the
short.
binge.
Yes, year of the binge watching.
2020 for an entertainment standpoint is the year of the binge.
Absolutely.
Yes. So yes, Palm Springs, my pick of the year.
Nice. For me, it is Birds of Prey, and AKA the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I went into that movie with absolutely zero expectations. Like I had heard that it was like definitely gonna be better than Suicide Squad, which again, that's a low bar. Even though I didn't like Suicide Squad, I liked it. Yeah,
It's a fucking speed bump, man.
I can tolerate it. I think it's probably the better thing. I think Will Smith gave a very good performance for it too. I think Margot Robbie was phenomenal in it.
Me and Julian have like jokes about Will Smith saving the world in every movie he's in.
He does.
Let's go save the world. That's a terrible Will Smith impression, but you got it.
Yeah, it was. Matters. I think it was. Like I had so much fun watching it too. Like it was so silly and weird, and it didn't have Jared Leto's Joker, which I have heard that they cut so much out of his Jared Leto's performance. But like, and again, like from me, this is going to like music standpoint. Like I was talking about this, I think during my Twitch stream earlier today too. Like I understand people don't like 30 Seconds to Mars. I love them as a band. I fucking love that band.
Never listened to them.
I dig it. I've liked every one of their albums. I think they're really good. They Jared Leto has gotten a lot of shit for being very pretentious. Like I remember when COVID first came out, he had tweeted like, I was meditating in somewhere for the last few months, and he had no idea COVID happened because he was meditating for like a month straight, which that's a bit tone deaf. But I like his band. I really do. I loved his first two. I thought his first two albums were phenomenal. This Is War was an album about like where he was trying to fight against his record company. I like that album too. All of his albums, I listen to on a regular basis for too. So I know I'm very much in the minority for that too. But I really like Jared Leto as an actor, as a musician. That being said, his Joker was the worst. It was the fucking worst.
Yeah, I will say that there aren't a lot of Jokers to compare it to, but I thought his Joker was the most interesting. Yeah. The reason for that is because I love a lot of the fan theories that came up, and like Zack Snyder was just like, no, that's not true. It's like that dude is probably Jason Todd.
Yeah.
That's probably who that is.
So good. That's
right?
so good.
So there's something in Batman vs Superman where like when they show like the Robin suit and stuff like that, he's got like bullet holes like in the suit, and then Jared Leto's Joker has scars in those like very similar locations on his body. Also, he's a young dude, right? He's a young Joker, and so and Batman, in that universe is a grizzled veteran and stuff like that, right? And so it's just like he probably like. And when he references like he has like a history with clowns or something like that or something, like there was probably an older Joker, and then shit happened, very Jason Toddy like,
right?
and so that's the theory that like fans have, and that's to me that's headcanon, and that's why I think he's potentially like the coolest Joker because he has so much potential. But I mean, we're never gonna fucking know. So
right.
But yeah, so Birds of Prey. Tell me more.
Yeah, like I thought it was fun. I thought Margot Robbie absolutely knocked out the park. Rosie Perez, I think Rosie Perez, like her performance was one of those where like she's again like as an actress, she was never anybody like, oh, Rosie Perez is in this movie, I need to go watch this. But between her performance there and Tropic Thunder, was really good. Like it was really really good. I forget the actress's name right now. I don't know. I don't know why I'm forgetting the actress's name. But she was in Scott Pilgrim, but she played the Huntress too. Really good there too. Everybody's performances were genuinely very solid. Ewan McGregor, who I think also again should be a much bigger star than he really was. I think it was really fun as Black Mask too. Like I think he kind of walked that line very well too. It was just fun.
I thought it was a fun movie. I was a little. My wife and I walked out of that kind of like, what did you think? Yeah, I don't know, it's fine. What did you think? Like, yeah, I don't know, it's fine. And that's but I mean, but at the same time, it's. I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was fun, but to me, it didn't really leave a lasting impression.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. I was just like, like if it comes on TV while I'm, making food in the kitchen, I might leave it on.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I got with it. So
I enjoyed it, man. I thought it was a pretty good little movie.
Yeah.
I watched it on the HBO Max when it popped up. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I figured I'd watch it.
Yeah. No, I thought it was absolutely fantastic for it too. Like I walked out of the theater like again because I think I went to it with. It's kind of like my reverse Rise of Skywalker. When I went to it like, let's see if it's as long as it's okay. And then Rise of Skywalker again, going back to Star Wars. Fucking, I hate that movie so much. Hate it. But that went to Rose Prayers like, let's see if this is just okay. And I was like, wow, this is actually really good. I think a lot of it boils down to Margot Robbie's performance, and I think she absolutely fucking nailed it. And I think she's a great she's a great Harley Quinn. Her and Kaylee Cuoco, who does the Harley Quinn for the TV show too, fucking amazing Harley Quinns. Both of them are absolutely embodying the character in the right ways for it too. For being vulnerable but strong. I think I honestly, like I said, I think she was Margot Robbie absolutely stole the show for me. It was
pretty much a Harley Quinn movie.
It was, and it broke the fourth wall a lot for it too. Ewan McGregor, I fucking love Ewan McGregor too. As much as I do hate the prequels too, and I hate the prequels, I do think Ewan McGregor was like trying to do the best he can with what he had.
The prequel Star Wars movies?
Yeah. Like I can tolerate them to a certain extent because again, I think Ewan McGregor was trying.
Sure.
Attack of the Clones, maybe tried not as hard, but I think Revenge of the Sith, I think he was trying a bit more. But
we're gonna put Julian to sleep. What's
what's
the next thing we got?
Next thing is Game of the Year. So Kyle, Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. I'm gonna give that one to Cloudpunk. Cloudpunk was a game that I saw shortly before it came out, and I got really excited about it. The aesthetic of it is fantastic. Essentially, it is a narrative-driven Blade Runner taxi game, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
What a solid description, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, I mean, you play as a character who drives this taxi for a service called Cloudpunk. They may or may not do some under the table type stuff and everything like that. But what's really great about it, like the story is really good, is really interesting too, and it keeps like every time you complete like a mission and stuff, like you want to do more. There's not a lot of optional things to do, so the game is kind of linear, even though the world's open for you to go and explore and everything.
I just bought it.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, dude. I think it's totally worth it. Soundtrack is awesome.
Yep.
The voxel art is fucking out of this world. It's so great. But you get your little taxi, and it's just like a Fifth Element car, right? You're just zooming in and out of like flying traffic and stuff like that, going through this city that's falling apart, and there's a reason for it, and it's like, but nobody can remember why and stuff. Like the city kind of got the way it is, and so it's got like this really cool mystery to the narrative and stuff. The aesthetics are great. It's really fun to play. And what's really fun is like it's a small developer. Small studio, but they're very, very open to like feedback and suggestions and stuff. And they've been doing a whole lot I haven't played it in a couple months because I played through it and I was like, this is great, I want more of it. But they're adding a whole lot more modes and stuff to it, as far as like I think some like first person stuff, because like you can actually get out and walk around like the worlds and stuff out of your car. It's like really silly kind of voxel art and stuff, but when you do that, it opens up the world. It's like, man, I want to know more about this, and it's long review short. It's really fun, and I think it's worth everybody's time. And it's inexpensive, and it should totally be picked up. And just it's a chill game. You just want to chill and fly around, do some cool shit. That's the game for you.
It's $13 on Steam right now because of the Steam sale.
Oh, that's a crazy steal for it, because I think it's like $20 or $25 normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely worth it.
I'll give it a shot. I'll stream it tomorrow. Yeah. Why not?
Julian, what's up?
Yeah, what you got?
But I mean, it should come as no surprise to anybody who listens to the podcast, right? Like my 2020 game is fucking Ghost of Tsushima. It's fucking fantastic, man. It's great.
I'm
I mean,
so
if you look
blown
at, I
away
mean,
by
Chris
that.
is playing it. Chris
Yeah.
is playing it now. You
It's
know what I
so
mean? Like
good.
he's starting to see it.
I got the vinyl. I love the soundtrack so much. I bought the vinyl.
The music's good. The fucking storyline's great. The environment's fucking great. The combat's phenomenal. Like Jin as a character is like, it's like super relatable. You understand where he's coming from on
He's the
everything that
Mandalorian of video
happens.
games.
He is. Yes.
Yeah, I hate when the Mongols invade my village, man.
And when his justifications for you know what I mean? Like it's without like it makes fucking sense, right?
That makes sense.
Self-sacrifice. But like by the time you finish it, like it's not like a happy ending, right? It's not like a fucking sad ending. It's just like shit. Like you look forward to what comes next. Obviously, like that game was based around the first Mongol invasion of Tsushima, right? And then there was a second one, so it's only appealing that the second Ghost of Tsushima is going to be about when they come back. But it's fucking phenomenal from top to bottom. Then they added the multiplayer component, which is just surprisingly in depth for what it goes.
Right.
With and they have the raids mode and everything like that. So you have all these Destiny type raids. You have all this fucking gear, different kind of gear you can get and stuff like that. And then they're doing all those cool little crossovers with other Sony studios. So you can get like the God of War skin for your fucking samurais and stuff like that. And just overall great game.
Nice.
Like I love it.
What's the name of the main character?
Jin Sakai.
Mm-hmm.
How long until Jin Sakai ends up in Fortnite?
Oh God.
Next month. Probably, bro.
I think it's funny, yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
He's gonna figure to come out of the bushes.
Well, I don't know, because
AK.
Kratos just came out, so I think Jin probably has maybe another year.
I mean, you never know.
Right.
Epic's been doing some crazy shit. You know, I mean, like
they've been spitting them out, dude. There was like Kratos and Master Chief last week, and then this week was like what the Black Panther and
the Black Panther just came out. Yeah. Mando again.
And somebody else came with them. Yeah.
So are they just skins? I haven't played Fortnite since they started the battle royale. Like I was like oh, I'll do, because I bought the base game for
Me too.
I remember you mentioning that and stuff. I bought it for that reason. It's like, oh, sounds fun. I'm into this. I got some friends that might want to play and do some kind of tower defense type stuff. And then the battle royale was kind of tacked on, and it took off.
Yeah.
And so, but I haven't played it since then. So are these just skins you can play?
I think so. Yeah.
Do they have like abilities? I know Wolverine's in there, and so it'd be weird, like, for me to run around as Wolverine and not just slice and dice people.
No, I think you're Wolverine with an AK, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of weird. Like Mando makes sense, sure, but like Black Panther rolling around with a fucking RPG. Like,
I mean, fucking Iron Man. Iron Man with all his tech holding a pistol.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's fun, right? That's kind of the whole idea. But yeah. So all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Chris, what about you, man? What's your game of the year?
So real quick, I do have a couple of run-ups for you. I do play a ton of games for you. So Hades, 100% is the runner-up for you. It's so close for you. I love Supergiant games. I loved Pyre. I loved Bastion. I loved Transistor 2. They're so amazing. Was
so good.
So good. I love
so underrated too.
Yeah, very underrated. The soundtracks are out of this world amazing. I have all of them on vinyl, including I just ordered Hades on vinyl. That comes out in January.
Did Darren Korb do Hades also?
Yep.
Sick. That's cool.
Yeah,
that dude, everything he touches is fucking gold.
Is gold, yeah. So the I adore Hades. I finally finished my first run for the first time on Sunday too. Love Hades. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I also agree with Julian. Ghost of Tsushima is amazing too. It's one of those games when you first pick it up and you just start playing and you're like, oh my god, this is so good. Like it just it hits you instantly that this is compelling. Yeah. So it's a credit to Sucker Punch. I think they did such an amazing job for it too. My honest to God game of the year is Half-Life Alyx, because it does show what VR should be. It shows the level of immersion, the complexity of puzzles you can do. It was scary. It was exciting. It was fun. It was immersive. It was everything I've ever wanted for VR. What I imagine VR, what could and should be. Half-Life Alyx absolutely nailed it. So much so, yeah. Like this is an unintentional. Like Half-Life 3 confirmed.
He doesn't work for that company.
I don't work for Valve.
We don't trust you.
I adored that game so much because again, it was such a risk. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, it's 100% Half-Life Alex. It absolutely immersed me, and I'm so glad I bought a Vive for it too. It's incredible. Yeah. So yeah, that's 100% my game of the year. So we've talked about TVs, we talked movies, games. Again, Kyle.
Oh, I was gonna say. So the other stuff, I was just gonna I guess kind of figure out what the last one was. It was
Comics.
manga, right?
Comics or manga, bro. I only read fucking mangas. So,
manga.
Yep. Yes. So
with a hard ang.
Or
manga. Or manga.
Manga.
Or manga.
Manga.
Mango.
I'm gonna get into that. Julian, you can pronounce,
no.
You can pronounce
let's do it right now. Let's do it right now.
Oh no, intervention time.
It's intervention. No. Manga.
Care about you, Julian.
It's manga.
Mango.
Manga.
Fuck it. You know what? You be you. You can be the weird little guy.
You can be you. Yeah, you can be, bro. It's manga. It's so manga. It's so fucking manga.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Anyway, comics/manga of the year. Kyle, what do you got?
So I'm actually gonna go with comics. I read a lot of manga and stuff too. But I actually have a shelf I've been meaning to put together so I can actually get all my stuff out.
Yeah.
This has been the slowest I've ever moved into a place, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm actually gonna go with The Last Ronin. There's only one issue of that has come out this year, and the next one doesn't come out until technically next year, in January. So it's been like 2 months since it came out, but it's an IDW series about, it takes place in like 10 or 20 years in the future in the Ninja Turtles universe.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Ninja Turtles are dead except for one.
Yeah.
You find out who it is at the end of the first issue, so that the mystery doesn't really like drag on for too long or anything like that. But the whole issue, you're kind of left trying to think like, who the hell is this? Yeah. Because you have this Ninja Turtle that's in like black garb and stuff like that. It's wearing like a black mask, has all of the different like colored masks and stuff like that his brothers wore and everything, including his like kind of like off, kind of hanging off him. He's got all of their weapons and stuff like that, and he's trying to go in for revenge and stuff to like kill the person responsible for like what's happened to his family essentially. But it's a whole different take of Ninja Turtles that I haven't like seen before. And also like it's an original script from like Kevin Eastman and stuff too. Eastman learned they wrote this like 20 years ago or something like that, and then this like they wrote this like kind of plot for it and they shoved it in a desk and didn't bring it out until just recently. So now it's finally getting a series, and it's really good. I mean, artwork is, it's kind of gritty, sort of almost kind of like a callback to sort of their original style, from like their very first issue that came out and stuff. Mm-hmm. But no, it's really fun, and it's that's my pick of the year, like Ninja Turtles. So I'm a simple man. Yeah. Julian,
you like turtles who came into contact with
know ninjutsu, and talking rats.
Yeah,
think Cobra Kai, Ninja Turtles. It's the same common theme.
Yeah.
You like karate.
I think the title of this should be Kyle Likes the 80s.
I do. Yeah, I do. 87 is my birth year, but
oh, you damn whippersnapper! I'm old.
That's fine.
I'm so fucking old. Julian, cool. Buddy, what about you, man?
So, mine are tied, man. So I guess my number one would be the old Dragon Ball Super over here.
Yeah.
Just because they're at the beginning of the year in the manga, they started a completely different arc that's post show, right? So it was nice because toward the end of the show's life, they passed the manga, so it was like just waiting every month to see what was already happening, how they were gonna fuck it up. And then once they started this new arc, it was all completely fresh. So everything that came up was new. And then on top of that, like the actual arc that they did was a little bit different than casual Dragon Ball shit. It was like, oh hey, you powered up and I power up too, and then fuck you. You know what I mean?
I'd say it's a lot different, honestly. Like, there's still a lot of the same Dragon Ball tropes and stuff in that, right? Like who can be stronger? Yeah, but like they did it in a different way, and the way that they like. I'm not trying to take away from you, but the way they like the way they did the villain this time, it's like, oh, this is actually a bit different, and especially the way this arc ended and stuff too. It's like, whoa, okay, that's
It was a great as a like a divergence away from it. The way they did the whole arc, and then the way they've set up the next arc is like completely different than what Dragon Ball's been for 20, 30 years. So it's nice to see this skew away from stuff. I mean, they started that with Super, with the whole gods and angels and stuff like that, and then it kind of went, oh, hey, gods and angels, but still we're fucking powered up. Like, it didn't really it played it safe for a while, but now it's kind of on its own course, which is nice. And then my equivalent to that would be like My Hero Academia. I can't really go into detail because somebody doesn't fucking read it.
Video. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I can't even save it for that because somebody refuses to fucking read it.
Okay. Well, let's also stay here that the manga has outpaced the anime series, right?
Yes.
So everything you're talking about, if anybody watching this isn't reading the manga, they're gonna get spoiled for shit like 2 years.
I'm going to keep this super broad, right?
Cool.
Okay. So
I'm just saying
without getting any arc, post show, the manga only continues to get better to where it's at a culmination now of so many storylines and everything that it's a weekly manga, and every time I'm like, dude, this is like, I can't fucking wait. By the time I get done reading those 19 pages, I'm ready for the next 19 pages. You know what I mean?
It is weekly?
It's weekly.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's about 18 to 19 pages. When Super comes out, it's like 47 or something like that. You know what I mean? Because it's a
I don't think
monthly.
you can get any more out of that bottle, Chris.
No, bro, you better start just fucking licking the lid.
Yeah, it's gonna have to break it open. It's gonna.
But yeah, My Hero Academia is an equivalent to it. I don't want to get into that because of, like you're saying, spoilers and all that stuff, especially with the next season starting. It'll get kind of closer, but it's still quite a way away.
Yeah, still opposite, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be my two. So what do you got, Chris?
Daredevil, 100%. I've gotten a lot more selective on my comic books. Like, I start off with being very heavy into DC. I've kind of started like going a little bit into Marvel. The Netflix TV show of Daredevil got me back into reading the current series, and it's really good. There's an argument to be made of some of the decisions that Matt Murdock makes throughout this arc. And they did
who's writing it right now?
My phone just died on me. I need to pull it up again too for it. I don't remember who did it, but essentially the current arc is that Wilson Fisk became the mayor of New York. There's some questions about how he pulled off. Maybe there was some interference, so there's definitely some real world correlations to it. But it is absolutely just been absolutely phenomenal for it too. I've loved the idea of because Daredevil does make some very huge mistakes for it, and I think we talked before on one of our podcasts before too, which again, link is in Julian's box right there for our previous podcast. Higher, lower, Julian, lower.
Close enough.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But I talked about one of my favorite my favorite comic book character is Daredevil, and because I do like the fact that he is human, where he makes human mistakes, and he definitely makes a lot of mistakes in this current arc for too. But it does show like the idea of making mistakes, redemption, learning from it, and trying to be better from it too, and the struggles that come along with it for too. Because I do like the fact that it's not a smooth transition for hero makes a mistake. Oh, he's back to being hero again too. Like, it is a very much a rocky journey for him, and he does make a ton of mistakes. And he makes very stupid decisions for it too. And I've seen reviews for it too where it's like he's an idiot, but I don't think he's. I disagree with that kind of argument. I think it is. He's human and you have flaws. And I think one of I think where like Superman has kryptonite, or the Green Lantern has the color yellow, or like Wonder Woman has her own lasso, which was a weird flaw for hers for a long time. But I think honestly Daredevil's weakness is women. Like, he is just bad at relationships. He's super bad at them. And he makes a lot of very dumb decisions, and it shows. It's really accentuated in this current arc that he's doing for Jerry. He makes some stupid decisions, but it's relatable too at the same time.
Let's see who's writing this. Let's see.
But it also shows like the impact that, and I'm a very big believer in symbolism. Like, I think symbols have a purpose, and symbols can have an emotional impact on you for too. Again, I have a tattoo of that. Like, Julian and Kyle, you both have tattoos that have symbols that mean something to you personally for it too.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I think it's a great reminder that Daredevil is a symbol of humanity and rising above and using your deficiencies as strengths, and just the impact that one person can have on a lot of people. Like I love it as at the emotional level for it too. I think Daredevil has done such a good job of that this year. So again, yeah, that's absolutely my comic of the year.
I will recommend that you read Ant-Man by Nick Spencer. It came out a couple of years back, several years back, I think. But the way that you're describing how this current Daredevil run is being written and stuff, you would probably really enjoy the Ant-Man series. It's not very long because it started it got a couple issues in before the one of their big reboots, because Marvel loves doing that shit.
They do. But that drives me nuts.
They did a new Secret Wars event several years back that kind of like turned everything on its head. Fucking awesome, like series though. Cool event. But anyways, but then it kind of picks back up afterwards. I don't think it lasts very long, because I think Nick Spencer started writing something else. I don't remember. Anyways, but he writes Ant-Man in such a phenomenal way, because it follows him trying to, like, he's like, I was in the Avengers, but nobody really cares about Ant-Man and stuff like that, and people don't really recognize him that much. So he starts like a security.
Paul Rudd though.
He starts like a security business, and he hires a bunch of like B and C-list villains to work for him, like Grizzly Man or something. This is a dude who wears a giant bear suit and is like as strong as a bear, but like obviously isn't going to go toe to toe with the Hulk ever or something like that. Right. But he hires all like these C-B-list villains and stuff to like work for him. Meanwhile, he's trying to like, has to have visitation to see his daughter and stuff like that, and he's trying to date, but he's like really bad at it. He's just kind of a shitty guy, like unintentionally, just like, I don't know. It's the way you've described Daredevil, I think, and the way and how much you like it. I think you'd really like Nick Spencer's run on Ant-Man.
Nice.
It's probably on Comixology. It's probably cheap as shit because it came out like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, so it'd be like 99 cents an issue then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you please send me the link to that too, or remind me for that too? Because again, short-term memory and inhibition is gone, and I don't know why. I
like how at the beginning of this, he's like, "Ugh, I don't like this at all." Now he's like,
"This is really good." This was like, I'm honestly shocked.
Sponsor me.
We're gonna see him on fucking taking selfies on Instagram after this.
Brick and Vine. I'm sorry, I do not drink wine. I have not had a full bottle of wine since I was 22 years old. It's been 15 years. God damn it, I'm old. I'm so old.
I mean, drinking a bottle of wine, like,
this is
I still couldn't do it, bro.
Do a multivitamin and a large glass of water before you go to sleep, because wine hangovers, I don't know what it is about them, but they're way worse.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
I don't know what it is about it, but which kind of reminds me.
This is just vodka, by the way.
One of the last times I got really hungover and stuff was actually when I went to go visit Julian, which was a long time ago.
Yes, that was.
We drank a lot and stuff.
We got fucked up.
Oh yeah, and I felt. I honestly don't even remember the night. I remember going to look at Christmas lights with somebody. I don't remember it, but it wasn't you guys.
Somebody.
He disappeared for a while
from Whole Foods that you just hung out with. Who I complimented his sweater. It was that guy.
Oh yeah, it was probably him. Actually, no, I remember who it was. It was the girl named Sarah that I went to high school with and stuff, and she just showed up, I think, because I was in town or something like that. A couple people, I remember.
It was random, dude.
Yeah, a couple random people from like high school that like I don't think you talked to anymore just showed up because they heard I was like in town or something. Anyways, but the next morning I felt terrible. But this fucking guy, he like, you guys got me a burrito from some like taco truck or something like that, and it was the grease. You're like, gotta get some grease in you, man. And he just gave me this. I wake up and there's this burrito on my face, from what I can remember, anyways. And I ate this shit, and I felt better like within like 20 minutes of eating that thing. It was the best like hangover cure ever. Yeah. And anytime I'm ever feeling kind of sick or something, like kind of a hangover feel, even though I don't really drink all that much, I'm like, man, I wish I had that burrito right now.
Yeah,
this magical mythical burrito.
Yeah, this honestly is a first for me too. Like, I've never done this since I was 22 years old. So,
well, shit, man. Welcome back.
Always something.
Hello, 22-year-old me again. Welcome back.
Doing this vidcast makes Chris feel like a kid again.
Yeah, like I just
It's
like
fun. I enjoy this a lot.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
that
me
party
too.
that just fucking realized too. Like I just bought a game because Kyle said it was really good. Like okay, that's good enough for me. I like Kyle. Boop. He's a
It was
good
on
dude.
sale. It was on sale, so it's not like I was like, hey,
Yeah.
you gotta get
Yeah.
the collector's edition of like
Yeah.
the new
Which-
Shadowlands
There's
DLC.
not there like it just as a heads up. There's a not unreasonable chance that you guys are gonna wake up tomorrow morning with like, hey, like Vanisphere sent you guys a Steam gift. So, like,
Well, good luck trying to find a game I don't own on Steam.
be fucking beware. Like, I'll find.
I wish
because
I wish Kyle would take my advice, and then if I said, "Hey, you know what's a good game," and then he went and bought it, because then he would already have
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima is so good. It's
I
so
know. Okay,
fucking good.
Here's the fucking reason for that, man.
Here we go.
First off, it wasn't on sale for the longest time, and am
that
very
is true.
for small exceptions, Cyberpunk being the one. I don't like buying games at full price.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to justify it sometimes because like I've been burned on so many games, like, and I also don't have a lot of the time to play them. So I like to like at this point in my like career as a gaming, person and everything like that. I like to kind of curate the games I'm getting in my collection. I sent you guys a picture of like my closet. That's just half of my closet. I haven't played most of those games in there. Because I collect like retro games and like 3DS games, stuff like that, because I love the form factor and everything.
You
Anyways,
haven't played Disney Infinity?
I did, and I really liked it.
I did too.
I wish it came back.
Yeah, I have
like,
so many Disney. I have every single Star Wars because of course I do.
I have so many of those. There's such a cool. They're like the toys to life genre. I really really liked. I wish that it did better, so we can keep getting more of it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Starlink was the last one that I got, and that
Me
game is
too.
fucking awesome. Is the best Star Fox game I have played in so long since Nintendo 64.
Moving over here.
Anyway, yeah, but so I haven't got Ghost of Tsushima because it wasn't on sale, and then when it did go on sale, it wasn't my kind. I'm like, it's only like $10 off, man. I don't know.
It's so good.
You know?
It is, yeah.
But I did buy Cyberpunk, and that pissed Julian off because he's like, Ghost was on sale, man. Ghost.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, But then I returned Cyberpunk. He's like, now you got money for Ghost. I'm like, well, now I can't buy anything for myself. My wife said, don't buy anything for yourself the rest of the year. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So
it's so
sorry,
good.
man. Yeah.
January 1st, bro.
Yeah.
So okay.
Like I
have no reason to believe that it's under the tree right now. But if it's not on Christmas, I will buy it like on Christmas Day.
Okay.
To the point where I'm gonna fucking buy it for you, bro.
Right. I know joke was about like I swear to God I was about to text Julian like, do you want to split buying him a copy of this game?
I fucking 2020, bro. It's $40 right now.
Yeah,
so
like,
third of the price
bump.
off.
Well,
Right
guess
there.
what? It's probably gonna be on like PlayStation Plus here in like a couple
Eventually
of
it will
months.
be, yeah.
Yeah, or $19.99 at Target because it's gonna be like
I see a PS5 enhanced version fucking coming out, and then
full price. Watch that.
Yeah.
it'll probably be like 2 years into PS5 life cycle. You'll get it up for free.
It'll be for free, yeah. But it's so like
I will get it within the next week. I promise.
Yeah, like I bought that game strictly because
I
of
was
Julian.
honored. I was a Cub Scout once.
Yep, I was a Boy Scout, so three figures.
Oh shit!
Yep,
Well,
second class,
did-
motherfucker.
When you were a Boy Scout, was your
Are you gonna
was
call
your
me old
school-
right now? Are you about to do an old joke?
Hold on. No. Was your school so poor that they couldn't afford to do any activities, and so they had a pizza party, a pizza ice cream party one day, and then the next week we cleaned those out and we made cardboard armor and used the ice cream buckets as helmets, and we took a sock full of other socks, tied a rope around them to a stick, and we beat the shit out of each other for 3 weeks straight. Did you guys do that in Boy Scouts? We
were weird.
We had a Coliseum fight club with a bunch of third graders beating the shit out of each other with some weird blood sport. This is entirely true. I swear. This is my school. We couldn't afford to do anything, so the moms like saved enough money to have a pizza party, and we didn't get rid of the box. Like, oh no, next week we're gonna use those. Like, oh cool, a craft project, neat. And like the tubs of ice cream, like the big like cheap like big plastic buckets and stuff like that. We got enough for everybody to like make a helmet and stuff, but we fashioned armor out of this stuff, and then we just battled each other in the gymnasium after school for 3 Fridays in a row. So and the parents would come and root for us.
Oh my God. So my Boy Scout troop was literally 4 scouts. 4. That was it. That was totally it. We were such a small scout troop. By the way, we're like 2 hours in.
Oh yeah, we should probably call it here. I do got stuff to take.
Oh man, we're getting ready to cut off Chris's fucking Boy Scout thing. I thought this whole thing was gonna circle back to fucking tube meat.
Yeah. That being said, like I said, fucking I ate it after hearing that. So like I heard that meat came in a bottle and was like basically like Snowpiercer levels of gross. And I was like, fuck it. Okay. I'm fine with that. Their curly fries are so good, Julian. They're so good.
I know that I know I like Arby's. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
I fucking love Arby's.
Yeah.
Like I would not be smaller if the fact there was not an Arby's like within a 5-mile radius of me. Seriously, like I fucking love Arby's. That being said, like again, I grew up in a Hispanic household. My mom was from Mexico. I know how to make good like Tex-Mex and Mexican cuisine. If you ask me like one of my favorite fast food places, it's Taco Bell. It's
dude, yeah,
Taco
everybody's
Bell.
man.
I love Taco Bell. And I know that's not meat. I know that's just soy and bullshit, but I don't care. It's delicious.
I was like, oh hey.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I think we should probably cut it here because this is gonna be a long video to put up there.
Yeah, this will be 3 hours if we let it.
People only really get about 10 minutes in before they're like, oh, okay, I gave them a view.
That's what the YouTube members say. People watch on average 5 minutes of our bullshit. Mm-hmm.
We can cut it. We can cut it right now. But Chuck E. Cheese recycles their pizza.
I'll still eat it. I love Chuck. I think Chuck E. Cheese is underrated pizza too.
I'll still rep Chuck
I
E.
don't
Cheese.
know. I don't know if you saw that fucking Shane Dawson video where he talks about that. I mean, I don't even care from fucking Shane Dawson, but I'll send you guys the link for it. Watch the fucking
40.
video.
I don't know who that is.
And then Chuck E. Cheese like tried to redact it and be like, "Oh no, we don't recycle our pizza," and tried to remake their weird off fucking shaped pizzas, and they can't. Bullshit. It just makes it look fucking worse, dude. Yeah. That shit, they fucking just pick it up. I'll send you the video. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, story I need to hear.
That being said, okay, so you can find here's all my social media links right here. I'm Vandaspheres on stream and on Instagram and on Twitter. Kyle's stuff is right up here. Under Julian's is our podcast, our Instagram, and our Twitter. Please make sure you guys check that stuff out. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Let's All Geek Out. I'm Chris.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Julian.
Thank you guys so very much. Appreciate it. We will catch you guys next time. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Atheist Thursday. Thank you guys very much. We will catch you guys next time. Thank you also very much. Please check out our YouTube page too. Please check out our Twitter, our Instagram, all that, all social media stuff too. We will catch you guys next time. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.